Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. The day is June 26, 2023, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the Dow 30 on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendations here. As we all know, trading is risky. You probably should check with your financial advisor, check with your significant other, and see if trading is actually something that is suitable for you. Let's just jump right over to the charts and see what I see here on the Dow 30. Right quick, I'm looking at this quarterly chart and I'm seeing that the Dow is got above pivot. It's still staying above pivot and it's staying above that 10 moving average. It is staying in a pretty tight range here and all going sideways, and just need to wait and see what's going to happen here on the Dow. The stochastic is still hanging out near the top. It actually is pointing pretty back up, but we had a doji last quarter. It looks like we're going to have a little doji again this quarter. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the monthly chart and see what we see there. On the monthly chart, zoom in a little bit here. On the monthly chart, we are still again above the 10. So if we are above the 10 on the monthly chart, we technical traders seem to think the market is bullish, even though it may be going sideways. That's the thing. On the monthly chart, where I have quarterly pivots, we are above that pivot level. We did go up to a resistance 1 this month and we bounced back down. We can also see this supply going all the way back over here to the left, and the supply right here and all has been giving this market a hard time. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the weekly chart and see what we see there. Up weekly. Wow, what's going on here? Woo. Weekly. Take a look at the weekly chart and zoom in here. As we can see here on the weekly chart, this is the first day of the week. We had a bearish looking pattern up here. So again, at the end of last week, all we're really looking for is confirmation of this bearish pattern. We're actually getting below the 10 moving average. This is a 10 and a 50 on this chart. Yes, it is. But we're getting a doji right there. We are above pivot. And is this market going to come down here by the end of the week? We're at the end of the month also. I kind of doubt it. I think we're, just going to be in a tight range, just kind of like see what happens. But if we get confirmation of this pattern, looking up here, you can go with a 3-candle pattern, you can go with a 2-candle pattern, but whatever you go with, it looks kind of bearish. So again, we can end up getting a drop, but we had this big demand candle here. See what's going to happen. How far is this market going to actually drop? If it actually drops at all. We ended up with a green doji today, and we just kind of gotta wait and see for the week what's going to happen here. And it's going to be a key point for me, if this market does end up dropping and ended up for next week going into next month and being below pivot, are we going to get into a point where we're below pivot and stay below pivot, and actually this market ends up dropping down here to a support level? That's what I'm on that watch for. Again, that's what I'm looking at. And I already got my top established. I don't think it's going to break out there. I don't think it's going to break 360. So that's my top. Now it's kind of like trying to see what's going to happen going here to the bottom side. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the daily noise that we had last week and wrap this on up. Load. I'm doing this a little bit different, as you can see. Let's zoom on in. As you can see on this big picture, if you're able to go to the main video that I put out there and look at the main thing, you can see this market has been going sideways. I was kind of seeing an upside down head and shoulders. This thing didn't play out last week. It couldn't break this 350 level and all. It didn't even really come. It came within $5 of that 350 level and all, and couldn't break it, and we ended up going back down. Let me zoom in a little bit here and all. What you see in here is what I call a pro gap. This is almost like a bearish piercing pattern to me, and then gapping down like that. That's a pro gap. So again, after seeing something like that last week, should have been expecting this thing to continue down. But the thing is, this thing has been just drifting the way it's been trading up and down, and not real big moves. By the end of the day, this kind of eats up option buying. No trade recommendations here, but that's why, again, it's kind of hard, for some traders right now to actually be profitable in this market because of the small. It's not making big moves like this all the time. It's making these little moves like this with just eats up a premium and all. Again, if you're selling premium and you sell it out, but volatility has gotten low, so it's kind of even hard to do that. It doesn't make it worthwhile because again, if it goes bad, it's going to go really bad on you. So it's trading has been really kind of tricky here on the Dow, and the Dow is something that I don't trade, and this is one of the reasons why. And that's all I really want to share at this time. As we can see on the weekly pivots also, these are weekly pivots. We are on the pivot, so I kind of expect this thing to maybe drop down, maybe to a support one level, and maybe get a little bit of a bounce, maybe by the end of the week. Let's just see what happens. That's all I really want to share. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you guys are going to have a great week, and I'll talk to you next weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.